Your home is an energy vampire. Here's how to fix it. Intro. Most people think their energy bill is high because of the things they actively use. But they're wrong. The biggest energy drains in your house are completely silent. Your home is an energy vampire, silently leaking money 24/7. In fact, if you were to add up all the tiny leaks, holes, and gaps in a typical home, it would be like leaving a window open every single day of the year. That's conditioned air you paid to heat or cool, literally flying out the window. This isn't just about turning off lights. This is about the hidden flaws in your home's construction that are forcing your furnace and air conditioner to work overtime day and night. But you can fight back. Today, I'm going to show you how to hunt down the 5 biggest energy vampires in your home. We'll expose where they hide, from the highest peaks of your attic to the deepest corners of your basement. And I'll show you the permanent long-term strategies to stop them for good, starting with the one that's probably right over your head. Section 1. Vampire. Number 1. The Attic Avenger. The number one energy vampire in most houses isn't a gadget or an appliance. It's a huge, underperforming part of your home's structure, the attic. Heat naturally rises, and in the winter, your attic can become a massive escape hatch for all that warm air you're paying for. In the summer, it becomes a giant radiator, baking the rooms below and making your AC run constantly. The problem is almost always poor insulation. Over time, insulation settles, gets compacted, or was just insufficient from the day the house was built. It's a massive issue. In fact, recent studies show that nearly 9 out of 10 homes in the US are under-insulated compared to modern standards. Think of insulation as your home's winter coat. Patchy, thin insulation is like trying to brave a blizzard in a t-shirt. All your furnace's heat escapes right through it. So, how do you know if your attic is a vampire? It's simpler than you think. You just need a ruler and a flashlight. Head up to your attic and find a flat spot to measure the insulation's depth. Gently stick the ruler down until it hits the dry wall of the ceiling below. The Department of Energy has R-value recommendations based on your climate zone, which is a measure of thermal resistance. But as a rule of thumb, for most climates, you'll want to see about 13 to 18 inches of blown-in fiberglass or cellulose insulation to hit those targets. If you measure yours and only have 6 inches, you found a major problem. The fix is a weekend DIY project that pays for itself. You can rent an insulation blower and buy bales of cellulose or fiberglass. It's a 2-person job. One person feeds the machine while the other directs the hose in the attic, blanketing the floor in a thick, energy-saving layer. By air sealing and adding insulation, homeowners can save an average of 15% on heating and cooling costs. It's one of the most cost-effective upgrades you can make. Section 2. Vampire. Number 2. The Drafty Deceivers, Windows and Doors. Our second energy vampire is a creature of 1,000 tiny cuts. Air leaks. These are the small, often invisible gaps around your windows, doors, and even electrical outlets. Individually, they seem insignificant. But together, in some homes, these leaks can be responsible for up to 1/3 of your heating and cooling losses. It's a constant, silent drain on your HVAC system and your wallet. Sealing these leaks can save you up to 20% on your heating and cooling bills. Over time, seals just fail. The caulk around your windows dries and cracks. The weather stripping on your doors gets compressed and worn out. The house settles, creating brand new gaps. So how do we hunt these drafts? Try using a smoke pencil or a stick of incense. On a windy day, carefully move it around the edges of windows and doors. If you see the smoke waver or get sucked out of the room, you've found a leak. For doors, there's an even easier method, the dollar bill test. Close an exterior door on a dollar bill. If you can pull it out with 0 resistance, your weather stripping isn't creating a tight seal, and you're losing money. The solution is one of the most affordable and impactful DIY projects out there. For gaps around window and door frames, a tube of exterior-grade, paintable caulk is your best friend. Cut the tip at a 45-degree angle and apply a smooth, continuous bead. For the doors, peel off that old compressed weather stripping and replace it. You can find everything from self-adhesive foam tape to more durable vinyl strips. For less than $20 and an hour of your time, you can eliminate a major source of energy loss. It's not glamorous, but it's like closing dozens of tiny windows that have been open for years. Section 3. Vampire. Number 3. the phantom power phantoms. Our third vampire is the most deceptive because it feeds on electricity, even when you think an appliance is off. This is called phantom load, or vampire power, and it's the energy your electronics consume in standby mode. That little red light on your TV, the clock on your microwave, the charger that stays warm even when nothing is plugged in, they are all sipping power 24/7. It might not seem like much, but it adds up. According to the Department of Energy, phantom load can account for 5% to 10% of your home's energy use, costing the average household $100 to $200 every single year. Your game console, your cable box, your computer, they are all just waiting, drawing power to be ready a few seconds faster. So how do you fight a vampire you can't see? Running around unplugging everything isn't very practical. The real solution is to get strategic. Your best weapon is a smart power strip. These devices are designed to automatically cut power to electronics when they go into standby. There are a few different kinds. Some have a master outlet. When you turn off the device plugged into it, like your TV, the strip cuts power to all the accessories, like your soundbar and game console. Others are Wi-Fi enabled and can be controlled with your phone. They're a fantastic investment for slaying this specific vampire. Start with your entertainment center and home office. Those are the biggest nests for phantom loads. By grouping devices onto smart power strips, you take back control and make sure that off really means off. Section 4. Vampire. 4. The water heater. Waster. Next up is an energy vampire many people forget. The water heater. It's one of the top 3 energy consumers in a typical home, right after heating and cooling. The problem isn't just heating the water, it's the energy it wastes, keeping that big tank of water hot 24 hours a day. This is called standby heat loss. Your water heater is basically a giant kettle that's always on. Even if you don't use hot water for hours, it periodically fires up just to maintain the tank's temperature. If your water heater is in a cold basement or garage, it has to work even harder, fighting the surrounding cold air. That constant battle is a slow, steady drain on your energy bill. The good news is, taming this vampire is straightforward. First, check its temperature setting. Many manufacturers ship heaters with the thermostat set to 140 degrees per stock, but for most households, 120 degrees is perfectly fine. That simple adjustment is safer for families and can reduce your water heating costs by up to 10%. Next, for older models, consider an insulating blanket. If you touch your tank and it feels warm, it's losing heat. A pre-cut insulating jacket can wrap around it and reduce that standby heat loss by 25% to 45%, paying for itself in about a year. Newer tanks are often well insulated already, so they may not benefit as much. Don't stop at the tank. Insulate the first few feet of the hot and cold water pipes coming out of the heater. Inexpensive foam pipe sleeves slip right over and stop the pipes from radiating heat. Section 5. Vampire. Number 5. The ductwork Draculas. Our final and most sinister energy vampire is completely hidden from view: leaky ductwork. If you have a forced air furnace or central AC, a network of ducts runs through your walls, ceilings, and crawl spaces. In a typical home, 20% to 30% of the air moving through those ducts is lost to leaks and poor connections. This is a catastrophic waste. You're literally paying to heat and cool the inside of your walls. Your HVAC system has to run longer and harder to make up for air that never even reaches the rooms. This not only drives up bills, but leads to uncomfortable hot and cold spots. Leaks can even degrade your air quality by pulling dust, mold, and allergens from crawl spaces into your living space. So how do you fight a monster in the walls? Start by locating your accessible ducts, usually in the basement, crawl space, or attic. Look for obvious gaps or disconnected joints. With the system's fan on, run your hand along the seams to feel for escaping air. The common temptation is to grab duct tape, but despite the name, it's the wrong tool. Standard duct tape dries out and peels away. The professional fix is mastic sealant. It's a gooey paint-on substance that creates a permanent flexible seal. For larger gaps, use it with special fiberglass mesh tape. It's a messy job, but the payoff is huge. Sealing your ducts can improve your HVAC system's efficiency by as much as 20%. Conclusion and long-term strategy. We've hunted the 5 biggest energy vampires: the under-insulated attic, drafty windows and doors, phantom power, the wasteful water heater, and leaky ductwork. Tackling these with long-term fixes is the key to making your home permanently more efficient. The single best first step for anyone serious about this is a professional home energy audit. An auditor uses tools like a blower door and thermal camera to give you a detailed roadmap of where your home is losing energy. Many utility companies offer them at a low cost, and you may be able to get a federal tax credit for 30% of the cost, up to $150, for a qualifying audit. Many of the upgrades we discussed could also be eligible for the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit. This provides a tax credit for 30% of the cost of things like insulation and new windows, with an annual limit of $1,200 for these types of improvements. Separately, there are credits up to $2,000 for high-efficiency heat pumps. These incentives make investing in your home's efficiency more affordable than ever. This isn't just about saving a few bucks. It's a long-term investment in your home's comfort, durability, and value. You're creating a healthier and more resilient place to live. If you found this guide helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips on making your home smarter and more efficient. Now I want to hear from you. Which energy vampire are you going to tackle first? Let me know in the comments below. Let's make our homes work for us, not against us.